Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, credit, wealth building, stock trading, build outside of the USA, all on the table for the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check and welcome. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you so much for being here. Please share the videos because you never know who's out here looking for this information, who needs this information. So, therefore, let's start off with the first things. There's a lot of Americans, a lot of people that are living paycheck to paycheck. There's a lot of people who are trying to make ends meet and not able to do it. Just a little bit of help can help a lot of people. So, what do we talk about? We talk about go to findhelp.org. That's right, findhelp.org. That would be greatly appreciated for you and your loved ones because you put in your zip code and then you see all type of services that can become available to you. Nonprofits handle it on their end. Some nonprofits charge a little bit, other nonprofits don't charge. So when you see job training, when you see subway bus passes, when you see rent help, when you see mortgage help, when you see caregiving help, again, call them up because some charge, some don't, and a lot of Americans could use the help. So, without further ado, we also have to talk about credit. You have to get your credit down, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, you need to pay attention. There's only a few places if you have bad credit. Let's start at the other end of the spectrum. Bad credit, because good credit can always get credit. Bad credit is the area that you have to deal with. If you have somewhere between a 450 and a 599, let's call it, then that would put you in a different category. But because there are so many people that have extended themselves with a high credit rate, or shall I say a high balance, guess what? Credit card companies need more customers. So they're going to start doing crazy things, meaning they're going to offer you, even with a bad credit score, to be able to get credit cards. Now, all credit cards are not created equal. How you can rebuild your credit because some of them have high fees, annual fees, which turns into a monthly fee, obviously, if you don't pay it off. So try to find the one that fits you best. That would be zero annual fee. If you can find it, well, you can because there's services out here like Credit Karma, right? You can go there. They put you in the box. They know your credit score. So then they give you something that says, hey, you have an outstanding or excellent chance to be approved based on our known criteria with these banking organizations. So apply here. That's the first thing. The object of the game, because it is a game, is by December 31st. We need you to have that 775 credit score. How do you do it? This is wealth building, ladies and gentlemen. You reduce your debt. It's that simple. You have to reduce it. Don't worry. Let me know what you guys think down below. But I am in the middle of doing something because we were going to talk about the 8% per week. And unfortunately, I've had family issues in 2 days and I've had some other things I've been trying to handle. So I have to, I'm going to we're not going to have on any guests tonight to discuss that. But let's get back to the credit situation, because that's how you ultimately are able to build wealth, is when you have disposable income. So we already know the numbers. You guys know it. I've been talking about this for like 2 years. 8 out of 10 people watching this are living paycheck to paycheck during the month. So that means you have a limited amount of available money to make investments. Now, we talk about having a cup of coffee a week, a day, whatever your criteria is. Nick say the cup of coffee and instead put that into a brokerage account. So, meaning buy stocks, dividends, investment of some sort, so you get a return on your money instead of having to work for it every month. All right. It's that simple. Don't get distracted out here, because it's about to be bad. Not like in 2 months or 5 months or 8 months, but in the next year to year and a half, they won't be able to sustain the system. And the reason why is because they're going to need credit, or they're going to need people that are that have assets and are able, and this is the corporations and the wealthy. They need you, and you are going to get offered special deals if you have better credit. So the first thing is, you want to get your overall debt on your credit cards, your revolving credit cards, you want to get that down to under 7% total. So if you have $10,000 of credit combined on all your credit cards, then you need to be under $700 so your score can get to where it needs to get to. December 31st is our cutoff. We've been talking about this for 3 years. Funny how things are all coming together. So if you haven't gotten near there yet, don't worry, because you still have plenty of time. Still 10 more months, 10 and a half months. It's all good. But I implore you, get started. Some of you who are watching this, you've heard me say this before. We have help for you all the way around. That's why this is called Stop Struggling Now. And this is why I always refer Tracy. She works at Money Ladder. You got to email her. You want to reduce your debt. So imagine this. I've talked about this. Imagine that all you had to do was contact her and say, hey, I need some help. I don't want to file, you don't have to say the rest. I don't want to file bankruptcy. I don't want debt collectors banging on my doors or calling or sending you letters. I need some bailout here, because I need a light at the end of the tunnel, because the worse your credit gets, the further you get behind and you won't be able to bounce back. So you need somebody like Tracy. Here's her email address. So write this down. This is why you have to bring your pen, pads, and papers when you come here to the SSN Nation. All right. The email is Tracy, Tracy .sharpe, SHARPE, at moneyladder.com. Let her know you're from the SSN Nation family, or Eric sent you, or whatever. And in the chat room, I'm going to give you guys the link for her email. So therefore, there won't be any misconceptions. Nobody's going to have any problems. It'll be there. All right. So let me put this in. And down below that in the chat room, I am also going to put in some things. Welcome, 7XER IBV. Love your stream. Would like to be a fan and friend. Go ahead, man. Subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. Add me up on Discord. Username is ManKing7. Down below in the description box, that's where you're going to find it, my man. Once again, wherever you are, but whatever, the Discord group, we're there under Stop Struggling Now. It's very simple. You can find us. So, Man King 7, welcome. I see you. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And the man says a little cup of coffee that can do it. The man that has that icon next to his name because he's a member of the channel, Mr. Worldwide 2, is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, all. Let's do this. That's what we do here. We try to help you. It's very simple out here. And thank you again for being in the house. And you're going to have to tell me if you made a decision on Kana Rock, if you stood pat or you paid the extra money. Man, and let me know what the number actually ended up being. Were we close to it, around 4 or something of that nature? I think it was 1,600 per square feet. I think that would make it 4 something for the penthouse unit. I mean that's a hefty price tag to take. I mean, even though it's ocean view, it's kind of like I don't know if I'm getting $500 per month or $400 per month out there. It's going to be rough. I mean, later it could happen, so it could be a deal now. Or you're going to take the hedge. Let me know what happened. Or did you choose the golf view? Or did you choose there was ocean view, golf view, and was there another view? There was another view I'm missing, but I don't know what it could be because there's no lake there. I don't think. It's just golf course, ocean view, or whatever. Building view, I guess. I don't know. But anyhow, let us know what happened. That would be awesome, man. But let me get this Tracy Sharpe. Let me get Tracy. And when I put this in the chat room, everybody who doesn't watch this, and you're watching on replay, just remember you have to do some things. All right? Just remember this. You have to do some things. Check out the video when she worked for another company. I put that in the chat room. All right. So there you have it. Businessa, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And the name, ladies and gentlemen, the seamless genius is in the house. She says, Happy Wednesday, boss and SSN fam. Happy Wednesday to you. Very happy to see you once again. I've been dealing with some medical situations, so I haven't been able to get what I wanted to get done because she's the one responsible for the information for the 8% per week return, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm not clear about the name while I'm looking at this. I don't know what name we should be using, but I believe it was called Prime Wealth. Um, so I don't know what to call the company, quite frankly. And because it was on my phone, because I was out at the hospital, I, I downloaded on my phone. I do have the link, but for unfortunately, my phone and the live stream is not connected, or I guess it can be. I mean, by the way, so I wasn't able to look in the back office and do all this crazy stuff until today when I realized I wasn't going to be here possibly. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to do a live stream. And then Seamless Genius kind of let me off the hook. Kind of. Because then I not good at all. All right. Um that's Prime 8% investor program. That's the one we need. All right. Happy Wednesday. EV Place. Welcome. Another investor is here. He's done the credit. He's done the stock trading. He's done the investments outside of America as well as inside of America. He's on his road to the emerging millionaire status. And he's not being average out here, ladies and gentlemen. He's being legendary. So, welcome EV Plays to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he brings his tagline, Good evening, SSN. Smashed that like button. He gave it a one piece and uppercut. Then he said, Oh, let me block the other one coming at me. And he gave it another one piece. That's how you got to do it out here in the real world, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, EV Place, and I humbly appreciate you being a member of the channel as well for that support as well. So once again, you got the big dogs in the house, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any questions and you want to make yourself be known in the chat room, let it be known. Ask your questions. We're open. And 937-863-DK, I see you as well. So thank you for being in the house tonight. And appreciate you being here. And by the way, I do have to put that in at other locations. I forgot about the Tracy and the link so people can actually go see the video that she came out so you understand what she's doing to help your credit, ladies and gentlemen. That's number one on the scene. Now we got to build some wealth out here, right? Credit, wealth. You freed up some extra cash. Some of you have the extra cash. So you have your options. You're going to go buy some dividends. You're going to go buy some stocks that create dividends for you, or you're going to buy bonds at 4.2, 4.3%. What are you going to do? You're going to invest into a business, which is high risk, little rewards these days, high risk, because you are in a system where people are going to run out of money, and people already are. And the problem is the wealthier places will be the last ones to run out of money. So that's how it works, right? They have more money until inflation eats it away, erodes it away. So therefore, you have to build up a way where your wealth is not eroded. So here's the keys: a little bit of gold, a little bit of silver, just saying, a little bit of crypto, just a little. And then you have to be in the stock market with the big boys. There's myriad of ways you can be in the stock market, but we're going to get into the wealth building phase because you need what EV Place, post retirement travel, and even Biz Nessa was talking about offshore real estate, or it doesn't have to be that, but you definitely need a bank account outside the United States. Just saying. All right. So be very careful out here and get everything done. The United States is sitting here swirling a drain. But while it's swirling, you have a lot of oligarchs. You have a lot of wealthy people trying to say, well, before it goes down, we need to suck up everything we can get at your expense. So that means you need to play with them. Whatever they're doing, you need to consider. So when they have a situation like Business, a seamless genius, talked about getting 8% per week. Now, some people would say this is fantastical number. Well, it's a fantastical number. Yes, 32% a month on average. That's fantastical, right? What if, you know what's funny about this whole thing, which has nothing to do with this, but I have to just say it this way. What if you knew your bank was doing this same thing? The money that you give them, and they give you a 1 or 2% or 3% return. They're using your money, giving you 1, 2, or 3% while they're out here earning 10%, 15%, 20% per month off of your money. That's an insult. The only reason I say this is because this fantastical number is so out there that it's hard to fathom that this would be a long-term situation. But Biznessa, Seamless Genius, has been doing this for a year almost, I believe she said. People have been doing this, and she has more than made enough money at this. So what I'm going to try and do is, let me see if I can. I think I can. I don't have it on here, do I? I'm going to log in because I only logged in briefly. I did not deposit anything in there because, like I said, I didn't even get to this until today. Uh-oh. We got a problem. Houston, what's happening? I already know I logged in. I mean, I signed up, but I didn't. Uh, oh, there it is. Okay, I'm not a robot. Okay, I don't know how much I can. I don't know how much I can show you guys, but hold on. There's nothing to really show other than a back office. The interesting thing when I went in on my phone was I noticed that they actually had a, like, the markets were up top. Again, this was on my phone, so I don't know what it's going to look like whenever I'm able to log in. But that was pretty cool. So the wealth comes in different forms, even a little bit of crypto, right? I hope everybody agrees with all of that assessment. Platinum, palladium, oh, copper, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It's only 5.9 right now, but I would highly suggest a little bit of copper right now would do you good. All right. There's a calculation, basically, X amount of, uh, I got to find out something too while I'm doing this. There's only X amount of copper that can be mined per year. The same rules apply for gold and silver, platinum, palladium, anything you have to mine. There's only so much you can mine per year. So if you knew, for instance, silver, copper, and gold, if you knew that the semiconductor and EV businesses need all of those, and if you know about what the quantity will be, and you know that all of these will have to be generated at an increasing amount as we move to solar, wind, EV vehicles, all of a sudden you can start extrapolating that these have to go up because they are limited to how much you can pull out of the ground every year. And the demand is going to be worldwide. So if you know that, then obviously the wealth is here, but is it here now? No, it's going to be years from now. Where is the critical point? Uh, Here in the SSN Nation, I haven't made an assessment yet, but let's just say this is 2026. Off the top of my head, the critical matter means we're in another 3-year cycle. It seems, just off the top of my head, I would say 3 to 4 years. So while the prices for gold, silver are, people would say gold and silver is no longer low, but they are relatively low. You have copper down there real low. These are the ones that in the next few years, as millions upon millions of vehicles worldwide are going to need these minerals and others, you should be thinking about holding, getting, investing into some of these minerals. Holding is much better than paper, than just investing in the stock itself. So if you want to build some wealth, that's how you do it. Now, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in prime wealth in the back office. This is a money making wealth night potentially. Now, here's the other thing. I don't know what you guys can see on my screen. I don't even know what I can see on my screen, but we're about to find out. Okay. He says, I just got back from Punta Cana. I changed my apartment for one with ocean view and will need to pay the difference of 14K. Wait a minute. Hold on. Post retirement travel. Don't let me get excited. Don't let me get excited, man. Please don't let me get excited. You said pay the difference of 14K. How is this possible? Are you trying to tell me that these guys, the developers, and by the way, who are the developers? Are you trying to tell me they did the right thing? After being all this time late, they gave you an opportunity. And are you saying this is 14K? Please tell me this is true because I was giving them accolades prematurely until I realized they might have been trying to charge you almost double. Please tell me this would be the most awesome thing. This would be historical for the island. They don't do this type of stuff. I can live with 14K upgrade for the. Okay. Hold on. I see what you're saying. It's not the penthouse. It's actually 14K more for an ocean view unit. I'll take it. Are you serious? 14K, that's it? That's a deal. We'll take it. I'm happy for you and your family, man. I am very, very, very happy. And they gave you the equity. Oh, my Lord. I love it. I love it. I got to raise the roof. I love it. I love it. Mm, And now you're telling me you're investing in Capcana. Near the marina. Wait. What do you mean near the marina? Are you saying you're on the marina? When you say near, are you what are we saying here? Remember, they have these projects that go around the marina, but you can still access the water from where they're building. Or are you talking about like you're outside of the village? Because that means you are you inside the village or outside the village? Let's just put it that way. Okay, the man's going big time. Now, I will say there is a different mindset with owning in Cap Cana than it is Cana. Rock is in its own little gates. Golf course. Okay, I don't really care about golf courses. I mean, let's get real with all this. But the point is, Cap Cana is its own residential area. So they have, well, unfortunately, they're not amenities, but you pay. They have a water park. They have experiences that you can go and do inside their gates. It is exclusive. It is an upscale luxury location, which, if we're building wealth, that is the spot. Oh, one of them, anyhow. Very good choice. Now you're gonna have to tell us more. You can't just drop. I got something at by the marina in Cap Cana. Come on, man. Stop being coy with us now. We go way back, familiar. Come on. And by the way, I got to say, and I did a dismissal, rude dismissal. I was waiting for you to be back post retirement travel. Because come on, did anybody see Bad Bunny on Sunday? Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that air of celebration? Did you see that? Together, we are America. Pa, give the boys some love. Come on. Almost brought tears to my eyes, ladies and gentlemen. You see that celebration that was going on in the field? That's what it was like in Puerto Rico before the gringos showed up. That's what it was like. And even after they showed up and destroyed the island, it was still nothing but love. That's what it's like. And by the way, the story goes, it's not even the story night. But I'm going to tell you guys when we were in San Juan when I was a little kid and I rolled up on a black woman. And because I'm from America, black, white, yeah, I think she's a black lady. She's dark skinned. And I say, hey, can I get this? She's selling something at one of the fairs. And I said, hey, how much does this cost? She looks at me with her stern face, like ignoring me. And I was like, what the heck? How much is this? She just looks at me. And so I kind of start being like, okay, she's acting like, well, like people in America, except that who aren't black. I'm like, hold up, man. My dad taps me and he says, hold on, son. Hold on. She's not American. She don't even understand what you're saying. She's Puerto Rican. I'm like, hold up. What? What do you mean? She's black lady. What do you mean? Yeah. So anyhow, after that episode, then I realized I was in another different territory, different world, but it's still USA, kind of, maybe ish. But everybody doesn't speak English. Hell no. I guess I better learn some Espanol because otherwise it was going to be a rough ride. And they had so many beautiful women, it was crazy. So I better have learned some Espanol. So, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the part of the story that's even better after that experience, now rolling into San Juan, meeting up with some of the parents, knew some people there. We rolled up in a neighborhood, and it was like I don't know what it was. As a little kid at the time, I'm thinking, what the hell's this fiesta? Oh my! Everybody's breaking out plates, bringing it to the pad, music going, doing exactly what Bad Bunny was doing. I've almost brought tears to my eyes. All shapes, sizes, colors. We're all Puerto Rican. Don't even say you're U.S. citizen. USA. They were like, oh, we're Puerto Rican. No, no, you better stop with all that nonsense. We Puerto Rican. But the food's flowing. Everybody's happy. Everybody's smiling. All right. So that's why I brought tears to my eyes, because people have no idea what it's like to actually live in a country where everybody is pretty much cool with each other and represents that way well. So, again, if that hasn't enough for you guys to understand the situation, I'm sorry. We don't have that in America. I hate to tell you. Post retirement travel, he's from the PR. He knows what I'm talking about. He knows exactly what it's like when he goes over and visits, goes home. Come on now. Congrats at post retirement travel. That's it. Yes, boss, you have signed up. Exactly. I signed up. I'm in there. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your fam is okay. Yeah, we going through. We having some medical situations where they're like trying to transfer my aunt and do all this and talking crazy, and the doctor sent her to one location and said, okay, I'm going to do surgery. Now come to find out, no surgery, and we got to move her, and she's running out of insurance days in buckets for Medicare and all this stuff. And it was a simple situation that they originally signed. So that made it very bad. I am also invested in Cap Cana near the two marinas. I spent 4 days there and loved the luxury living. Hey, come on, post retirement travel. What did I always tell you? You guys, not just him, you guys know I used to always tell you and still do. You should always live or move to an upscale luxury location because it's simple. Asset values increase way more than if you just pick an ordinary mediocre location or area. That's your number one thing. If you're making wealth, then you invest where wealthy people live. And I will say this again, if you live where there's a top 20% of the wealthiest live, they're the ones that always have the money. So if the property value goes up, a perfect example, from 800,000 to 1.3, that same house years later, because it went up to 1.3, the same people that can buy at 800 are the same people that can buy at 1.3 years later. So somebody will always buy the cool ass stuff that's in an upscale luxury location. The problem is if you live in just a normal track house scenario where every third or fourth house is the same, well, now all of a sudden there is no cachet. There is no upscale luxury. You don't have the special amenities like the extra parks or the basketball courts or the tennis courts or the paddleball courts or the rivers or the streams or the. I just keep going. The trails. I'll just keep going. I mean, so what we have is a higher value. So getting in earlier is better than later. I'm very happy to hear two areas are Ocean Lakes and Golden Lakes. Projects to be completed by 2029. Got to get one. Okay, you know I'm not attuned with what they're doing over there. We know the project will not be done by 2029. We know this already. So I'm going to give advice like I have to. So this time when you sign up, I know you're not going to care, but this is for everybody else. What you're going to do from now on, if you decide to do pre-construction on the island or anywhere else for that matter, you're going to front load with low payments. So there's a couple of negotiating points that I want to explain. We're going to say, hey, I want to make a payment every 3 months. And my story could be, I don't want to pay the fees every month or whatever. It don't really matter. This is my offer right here. Every 3 months. And by the way, since it doesn't matter what I do in this case in the next 3 years, we're going to have 36 payments, right? Monthly payments. And I'll give you guys an example. Let's just say we need $100,000 in the 36 months. So then they divide that and they say, well, Eric, your payments are going to be whatever, $3,000 a month, less than that, 2,700 a month, let's say. So I would say, okay, So every 3 months is roughly 67, what is that, 81? 8,100. So I say, I don't know. I don't know because, you guys are going to be late. Well, I don't say that, but I know in my head you're going to be late. So how about, I'm thinking, why don't I just do 4,000 for the first, every 3 months for the first 9 months. All right. Then I'll jump it up to 5,500 for the next 3 installments. You guys don't understand. I have a method to the madness because you know all that money that you're putting in. How about if you would have dropped off that 4Gs that you normally would gave them? You would have dropped it into dividend investment funds. Just hear me out. You already dropped that in. So now the next rotation, another 4Gs, next rotate. Now you got 12Gs in an investment vehicle that's giving you more than 10% annually. Remember, they're going to be late. And so now you then keep going. Ultimately, yes, you're going to be on the other side where you'll have $10,000 every 3 months. But see, remember today's money, 2026 money is not the same. It's worth less in 2028. In other words, because of inflation, what you pay 8,000 for now, 2 years from now, the 8,000 is lower to you. You understand, I hope, what I'm saying. So, you'll make more money later, but you're going to pay the same amount as 2 years ago. Then it'll turn into 3 years ago at the end. So, what I'm trying to say is due to inflation, you'll make more money later and then you'll have money coming in to pay some of the stuff in the final year and a half as well. All right. Do you guys understand? Maybe one of these days I'll do a chart. All right. Let's go. We got to find out about this projects, man. So are you and by the way, nobody ever did this in my contracts. They did the thing I'm telling you about, but this part right here. I said I tried to put in my contracts, which no developer agreed with. That's why I know all of them are going to be late. Is that I said, okay, how about a year before? Um, if we can tell that you're not going to be delivered, let's just use September 2029. It's not going to be delivered in September. So now it's September 2028 and you haven't even broke ground. So we know there's no delivery happening by September 2029, right? Obviously. So why can't I alter my payment program then? And they always said no, but I'd still ask. I mean, I'm shooting for everything because there's nothing worse than to have given them 60% or 70%. And then when delivery comes, they go, oh, well, due to a hurricane, due to a pandemic, due to whatever, and now it's not going to be built till 2031. But yet you gave them 60, 70% of the money that could have been earning you money because we know all-time record highs in the stock market are going to continue, right? You know that, especially at this time, because there's going to be a drop-off, I anticipate, sometime in 2028 that'll be big enough to have a drawdown. But in about 2 years later, we'll be flowing, right? So that's why everybody who has delays until 2028, 2029, y'all are going to be fine. But I'm just saying, why give them money that earns nothing when you can keep it in your pocket and earn a lot, especially when you start talking about $100,000, right? Just saying. All right. Hopefully everybody understands what I'm saying. Got to get one. Okay. You know what I'm going to do right now? because that's part of the wealth building, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, first of all, let's get some other things straight. Airbnb, short term rentals, a lot of people are bailing out of that. Still, there are people being successful at it, but it's turned into everybody has one. So, once again, since everybody has one, oh, by the way, post retirement travel, you've been on the worldwide tour. Um, I would suggest before you do decide to purchase, go check out airroi.com, move the map to Cap Cana because it actually has the occupancy rates for everybody that's on Airbnb. So you can actually see if it's going to be worth your while at that price point. I'm just saying, just because this thing that's going to happen in DR that I believe there's going to be an oversupply. Oversupply is not good for anybody other than later when people are offing their units because they're going, well, it's not profitable to me. So let me get rid of it. And so again, we already have, I don't know if you were here last week, minus $10,000 in Vistacana for a pre-construction. It started. It was 125.5 for a one bedroom. Now it's 115.5. Pre-construction, not built yet. Yeah, it's happening. So slowly but surely, as less or the same amount of travelers come, but that means less visitors that stay for 7.5 nights on average. So now all of a sudden people are like off in theirs. Capcana is weird because Air ROI, even people, the best deal is always whoever has ocean view, whoever stays by the water or water. Those are the better usually, but you'll see on Air ROI that that's not always the case. There's some people that had 85% occupancy, another would have 15. So we don't know why that is, but this probably has to do with the actual location of the unit inside the complex. So again, these are the type of things that you have to look at, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go. Okay, emailed you a screenshot of my back office. I can just call and navigate you through. Super simple. Okay, Businessa. All right, seamless genius. Once again, you know we can't call in, but you can be in the back office and pull up your screen and show people if you want to. And discuss. And I can go on a hiatus for a second. That would be awesome. Let me let me Yeah, look in the back office. I didn't even the crypto plans. Okay, all right. We got an affiliate link. Okay, first things first. I have an affiliate link here somewhere. That's cool. Um, I don't know where it is. That's funny. It shows affiliates, so you can refer people, which is cool. All right. I have a link because here it is now. I'm just going to put it in the chat room. Let's see if we can go for it. I haven't had a guest on in a long time. But make sure you have your headphones. That would mean I need headphones. I have some headphones here somewhere. Um, she emailed me a screenshot of her back office. Okay, I'm in my back office. That means I can check it out. I can see it. All right. Bugs v Bugs. I see you. I see you. Instagram. That's right. We're back on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. We're building the wealth. We're talking about the wealth. In case you don't know what we're referring to, it was Dominican Republic real estate, is what we're talking about. Near Punta Cana. Cap Cana is near Punta Cana Airport. Punta Cana Airport is the number one recipient of visitors by air at 60%. All right. 60% of all air travel lands at Punta Cana Airport. Yes, there's a reason Punta Cana has over like 30,000 hotel rooms all by itself and some more coming. They also have tons of Airbnbs right now, like 6,000 Airbnbs are listed in La Altagracia province. That is for Americans, it'd almost be like the county. So that's pretty significant numbers. So we're talking about almost 40,000 units in Punta Cana by itself. They have the air traffic of 60% of all the air that comes to the island lands at Punta Cana Airport. The second airport was, I believe, Santo Domingo. So, and they're both on the eastern side of the island. They're just 2 hours apart driving. There's supposed to be a train or something that would come. That would be awesome, but I haven't seen or heard anything about it, which again, I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of infrastructure, water, sewer, garbage, electricity, making sure you got that whole island hooked up right as you get more and more customers, potential visitors, and investors coming to the island. We need that straight before we can actually move forward with anything else. But nonetheless, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. Biznessa, let me know if you want to come in tonight. You said you do. I will allow you to. I'm going to give you a link. Oh, here's my link. Everybody, download this link first. Remember, this is 8% per week. There's 52 weeks per year, and you cannot leave it in there to reinvest. You actually have to pull it out, I guess, inside your account and then put it back in. If you're trying to earn 8% per week, you got to put it back in, so to speak. I don't know how you do that, but again, I was trying to get in, but I couldn't do it, ladies and gentlemen. We got a serious situation going on. So all you have to do is buy your Bitcoin, and deposit it to your account, and well, they'll start trading for you immediately. Okay, so that's why I see the trades. Okay. I didn't understand why I saw these markets pop up and I was like, that's different. Okay, let me go look at deposit. Okay. Okay, this says crypto plans. What does that mean? Infinite wealth, 8% weekly for 1 year. Minimum deposit 100, maximum deposit is unlimited. Okay. This says just for 1 year though. What happens after 1 year? Proceed with payment. You can upload Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT on the TRC20. I guess that's Tron. And then USDT ERC20, which I guess that's going to be Ethereum network. You have chosen to pay with USDT. Uh, okay. I see. Okay. They want me to do crypto. All right. Well, does that mean they pay me in crypto? Oh, don't tease me like this. Don't even tease me like this. Why are they asking me for the transaction hash? Oh, so it's not a wallet then. That's even better. Okay, that's even better. All right. Okay. I see how they're doing this. Oh, don't even tease me like this, ladies and gentlemen. Does this mean that we get to download the 8% or more every month or every week in crypto to our crypto wallets that are outside of the United States, or it's our own cold wallet, not under custody with nobody. Do not put your crypto. Look, if you have your crypto on a frickin', why are you having a central exchange? Why are you keeping your crypto on a central exchange? Why are you doing anything like this? I know some people are going to go, oh, I earn 2% or 3% or 1% or whatever. Okay, listen, they're paying you for risk. All right. That's the way I look at it. Why care? If somebody's paying you month or weekly, you can download this amount. Now, we have a problem here because this says this infinite wealth thing, 8% is only for 1 year. All right. I want to know why are we doing what happens after 1 year? I don't see any fees either. I'm not seeing fees. So this is interesting. All right. The reason why I get excited by this is because I love it. I love it. I'm loving this. I'm loving every bit of it. Every last bit of this. Okay, active plans. Let me go look at this again. I'm gonna have to. This is crazy. Interest. I see. So Biznessa, Seamless Genius, Vanessa Comagate. Let me know. Are we talking about so okay, so The 8% is going to be returned in crypto. Let me just, it's not going to be fiat. This is interesting. Withdraw, type search. Okay. Can't do that. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay. Let's go. All you have to do is buy your Bitcoin, deposit it to your account, and they start trading for you immediately. So they are, so I'm getting risk here then. I argued with them that I have lost revenue because of the delay. My man. So they offered the ocean view. I agree. 14K is nothing. There was only one left. Now going for 449K. I got it for 2458. Yes. 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 My man. My man. Oh, I'm happy for you and the familiar, man. This is awesome. This is beautiful. I can't express enough. I'm very happy for you because I love that argument, and that should have been the argument. That was the appropriate argument. This was like, hold on, man. I could have had this money right here 3, 4 times by now if I wasn't messing with you. 14K Ocean View. I like it. Now, can I get 1,800 for a week? Maybe. Nah, I don't know. It's going to be, I don't know. I don't think so right now. But you have premium property with ocean view, 2 bedroom, up front. Don't have to walk past the freaking golf course, take a shuttle or nothing. You can just go straight to the Hard Rock or go to the beach. So, or the sports court. So you're all good. Very happy for you, man. Great choice. 14K. I cannot even believe it. How come you didn't say, can I get two? I'm asking for a friend. Why didn't you say, hey, but there's only one left. So, okay. You're off the hook, man. You're off the hook. I saw a huge studio inside the Marina North, inside Cap Cana, overlooking the Marina Bay for 245K. The all-inclusive hotel there called Tan Resort will take it over from me for a monthly fixed rent. I'm not, you know how I feel about condo hotels, man. I'm not even, I'm not excited about that. I'm very excited about what happened for you at Condo Rock, but I am not excited about condo hotels. I didn't even know nothing about this Tan Resort. Okay, let me get to some other things. Let me see if business is going to come into the house tonight. I'm looking into corporate housing insurance. Pay 3x rent for displaced people. I like it for 90 days. Okay, okay, I like that too. The area around the Cap Cana Marina is called Fishing Lodge. That's it. You can check Airbnb Fishing Lodge to give you an idea of what I am evaluating. Yes, I'm aware of where that is because, as you know, I've already peeped out, checked out the upscale luxury locations. Unfortunately, I'll just give my assessment just so everybody understands. My assessment is I have to pay too high of a price that I can't get in return. So, with that said, I will also ask you this. What I would be saying is, what about the ones they've already built that people are selling? Maybe not from the same developer. I'm just saying inside the village, or if it is in the village. In fact, let me go check right now. You said it was called Tan Lodge. All right. You know, guys, I'm a real estate guy at heart, right? Tan Lodge, Cap Cana. You say that's a hotel? Let's go see about this. Hotel and spa. This is cool. Very cool, right? Yeah, Tan Resorts, Marina, and Villas, all inclusive. Uh, mm, this better not be March 3rd. Okay, good. It's saying save 197. Oh my, 588, 552, 600 per night, all inclusive. Yes, it's called Tan Resorts. It's on TripAdvisor. It's going to be, yeah, 4.5. If this is a condo hotel setup, that means they get 50%. So this would have to explain. This is what I was trying to tell people before. If if you have a condo hotel, you have to charge double the 0.1% per night of the purchase price. So if it's 250 and they're charging 500, that's the only way you're going to get your 250. So now they have great reviews. This kind of looks like a little villa. I mean, looks like it just looks like a neighborhood kind of. Looks like they have condos. Surrounds a big, well, pool area. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I got to go see. You can check Airbnb. Okay. So the wealth, ladies and gentlemen, remember we're talking about credit first. Now we're on to the wealth situation, wealth building. This is part of it. Stock market trading is the other part of it as well. But since we're into this, we have a real world example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to TripAdvisor, which I don't really want to be on, but since I pulled it up and I have it up, I might as well show you guys. Why leave you guys in the dark, right? Dark. All right. And we have Biznessa. If she wants to come into the house, let me see. You know what? I wonder if I can do something. Let me see. I've never tried that. Never tried that. I got to do something else. Hold on here. No. Okay, let me go do that. Okay. Okay, I have to call you, navigate you through. Oh, it's pretty simple. Yes, they pay you in bit. Oh, again, ladies and gentlemen, look at this right here. They pay you in. Wait, do they pay me in USDT? I don't want to be paid in Bitcoin. I want USDT or USDT on the Tron network. Why? Because it's only going to cost me $1 or $2. Running around through Bitcoin, their little 10%, 15%, or whatever it ends up being fees are kind of crazy. Um, Here we go. Oh, seamless genius. Oh, after my own heart. Oh, she said the magic word, private black card. Yes, yes, mine goes to my private black card. Oh, oh, ladies and gentlemen, she's already on the wealth building train outside of the U.S. jurisdiction. Oh, my. Oh, build outside the USA. Oh, this is all the markings. I love it. I love it. I love it. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm laughing and smiling is once again, I love it. 1 year contract. Then you can reinvest and sign another year contract. Okay. So this is one of these companies that's using our money to do some sort of investments. So they're using our money to take the risk, just like a bank would, except the bank doesn't give you 8% per week, from what I understand. But that means we're at risk. All right. So 1 year contract, then you can reinvest and sign another 1 year contract. Okay. Okay. What's the name of this company with the 8% return per week? It's called Private Wealth, I believe. Prime Wealth. MDA 0214, another investors in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he invests options, stock market trading, probably real estate. I don't know what all he does. But once again, that is a beautiful thing. Now, Prime Wealth. Okay, business, a boss. Send your link so I can log into the show like StreamYard. Yeah, hold on a second. I haven't done this in so. Oh, invite guests. Here we go. Maybe if you're just with your guests to set the proceeds with speakers, you should do that by adding them as speakers. Okay, this is going to be a tester. I'm going to tell you right now. This is going to be a tester. All right, Seamless Genius. Here you go. This is where you can come in as a guest. I mean, other people can come in as a guest too, but the thing is, make sure you have headphones. I got to get some headphones real quick. Hold on. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I got to put in some headphones then if we have a guest on. Make sure you have some headphones. All right. So when she comes in, it'll click. I'll probably see her down here at the bottom. But in the meantime, we're talking about Tan Resort over here. All right. Uh, what is this happening doing over here? Let me get this out the way. What am I doing? Can we just do it this way? All right. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is at the marina. 245 for a studio or unit. Yeah, this is kind of cool. All right. But it's not built yet. The prices are right, but again, you're gonna have to figure it out, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I sent you the link. And make sure you have some headphones of some sort on your device, just like I'm getting mine together right now. All right. I mean, you could have the floor, but I still got to have some headphones in because otherwise I can't hear you. All right. So I don't even know how I did this. Got my stuff all mixed up. All right. So you guys can see this on the screen. So let me do something here. Let me go back. All right. I'm gonna have to come back. I'm gonna put this on mostly. Okay, this is the Tan Resort. 245. I think 245. I don't know. Studio unit. That seems kind of risque. All right. That just seems kind of risque. Hold on. I gotta do some systems check and all that stuff. All right. So if the seamless genius comes in tonight, she'll show her screen. She should be able to add it. All right. Okay. Let's see. Do I have this backwards? Yeah, I do. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. Check. Mic check. Mic check. Don't hear anything. Oh, we're good. Okay, if she comes in, we'll be ready to go. What's the name of this company? It's I don't know the company. It's called Prime Wealth. Uh, Seamless Genius, Biznessa knows more than me. She's been involved with them for almost a year. So, or maybe even a year. All right. Okay, now we have this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this looks like a one bedroom or something. Okay, they're showing me the pool stuff. We don't care about that. I mean, it's going to be nice, right? Not going to happen. Let me get out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. So I have something in my ear. So now, hopefully, we get Biz Nessa in the house. Can't get in for some reason. Uh, Set up Pro speakers. You should do that. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Maybe I have to do something. Let me go test it. I'll test this out. You should. Okay. I'll do another way too. There's a couple options. Hold on. Let me go a different route. Email. Let's see. Where's email at? Outlook. Outlook. Is that the one? Seeing this picture in picture. Uh oh. Click to restore. Looks like I messed up. Mm-mm. Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like. Oh, am I back? I hope so. Holy smokes. That's not good. I'm still here. This is not good, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have a. Mm-hmm. Sabak. Okay, we can't do pictures and pictures, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't cutting it. Bugs. Looks like I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm not. But we got issues. I got issues in here. Maybe you guys can still hear me, but I got issues in the back office. This won't restore for me. Okay. Yikes. No, I don't want automatic. Oh, hold on. We have all kind of things going on now. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay. Looks like this isn't working. Facts. I see you, but I can't. Kathy Hughes Johnson, please don't leave us. I'm hoping not. Uh, I don't know what I did. I hit something in the back office. Doesn't like it. Oh, wait a minute. Might have something new here. No, we don't have anything new here. What's happening? Okay. Let's see. Guest. Oh, come on. No, can't do that. Hmm. Okay. I'm still here. Hold on a second. First time I tried to do something in the back office. Okay. Back. I can see myself. Let me know if. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me know if you guys can see me or hear me. I know you can see me. I think. I hope so. Let's go find out. I got to get back in. No, this isn't going to work. This is not going to work. Not going to work. I have to be back in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. I'm outside of the studio. This is crazy. 60K is Bitcoin bottom, says Shayela. Is this, ladies and gentlemen, 60K is bottom, 59K. If it's near there again, you should consider buying. Now, I can't get back to where I need to be at all. This is not good. This is not good at all. What's happening? I can see me. Let me know if you guys can see and hear. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know because I have messed up. No, that's not cutting it. Click to restore. This is not good. This is not good at all. Okay. Finally. We made it back, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is good to know. Okay. I'm going to try this invite guest thing one more time. Business. Let's go. Can't see you now. Can't see. Okay. See if that gets you in. All right, Zach. He's out here laughing at me. I hear you, man. We normally don't have guests. Can't see you now. Can't see you now. Can hear you. I can. Okay. Looks like ladies' night in the chat tonight. B. Livingston, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. By the way, because she has her private black card, which she's been hiding from us, I use the private Bancus card outside of the United States. Has a MasterCard. If you guys missed the live stream yesterday, don't miss the one for tomorrow. I'm not live stream, but the Zoom call, which is live. But don't miss the Zoom call. Okay? It's at 2 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. All right? Don't miss it. All right, I got to change something. Here's what I want to do right here. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works better. All right. Now, okay, Biznessa, let me know if that gets into where you need to go. All right. Okay, Zabak, I can. He could see me the whole time out here panicking. All right, let me know if that works in the console. I'll hear it bleep in if you can, but it seems like you can't get in. Anyhow, the Bancus situation in Mexico City, a crypto debit card. So once again, this is where my money goes to the Bancus account because it has a MasterCard logo. I bought one full Bitcoin 2 days ago through Femex Exchange to my Trevor Hard wallet. Congratulations. I love to see this right now. La Lerbeca. Very nice. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. I bought a full Bitcoin 2 days ago through Femex Exchange to my Trevor Hard wallet. Love to hear it. I'm not scared at all. No, because you did the right thing. She just said she went through Femex Exchange and then she took it to her Trevor Hard wallet. I got no problems with that. I just don't want it to even go in through the exchange in the first place, is all I'm saying. Um, oh, I should clarify. Is Femex Exchange US regulated? That's the question I have to ask. I'm not scared at all. You shouldn't be. I can't, boss. I even tried another device. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Hold on. Regenerate. Oh, it said it was invalid. Hold on a second. Not possible to call. I don't have that scenario. Hold on a second. Okay. I regenerated your current destination coming from the studio. Okay. You're cute. That's cute. All right. So there's a different link. Hopefully that one works. Or is it the same? I think it's different. No, it's the same link. It didn't regenerate nothing. What's happening here? You're the first guest in a long time. Normally I have you come in through studio. So I might have to do it that way. Because this is something new. Share this link with your guests, but it's not working. Yeah, that's not working. Uh, this right here is very interesting. I can't blame him. I can't blame him. I don't know when he's going to start shorting it, but it's definitely going to drop sometime. But there's so much manipulation that I think they're going to keep holding it off for as long as they can. I don't know about shorting it right now. The charts might show it otherwise. I normally come in StreamYard with no problem. No, I'm not on StreamYard anymore. I'm on EV Mux. It's different. StreamYard is too easy. This is too hard. So I can't add you unless there's something else I have to do. And I don't know what it is. I'm going by invite guest here and it won't. regenerate. So I'll try this again. See if it's the same one. I'm gonna try it one more time. It looks like it's the same link. Oh, this one's different. Try this one because the other one's no good. Let's see if you come in on the back end of that one. In fact, you know what? What does it look like? Let me go check. What happens when you do this? Oh yeah, it loads up Studio. Oh yeah, you definitely come in. Here we go. Market drop is the day the earth stood still. G Cart, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some things straight. Since my back office is just virgin, there's nothing to talk about here, really. All of I don't have any proprietary information. So the least I can do, since I can my computer directly into the back office. It's console.evmux. Sure you allow where it makes sense for you. Wait, I saw something down there for a second. Yeah, this link right here should get you in because it when I click on it, it takes me to the back office or to it takes me through the studio, which means you'll come out on my side. At least that's what should happen. So that's it. All right. Let me see. I might have missed something else. All right. I put that in a few times. Yeah, I can't call you or put you on speaker. I don't have the phone situation set up. And I'm not using StreamYard. StreamYard's too easy. Just be a link, you come in just like this, but for some reason you're not coming in. Do you have a you don't have a blockage? Here we go. Tay, can you explain the stock market to me in simple terms? There is no simple terms. The stock market, basically, you have many different ways to buy and trade stocks. So if you say, I want to have a set return every month, then somebody might, like me, would say, well, how do you feel about 10% annual return on your money? Then I would say, well, check out JEPQ. And you can see their dividend is around 10%. If you say, so you'll get a little appreciation on the stock price potential. Well, if you'd have bought before, you would add a lot because it was only $52, $53. Now it's up to $58 a share. But the fact of the matter is, it's a bank stock. It's JP Morgan, one of the largest banks on the planet. So that would be my first thing. If you are trying to do stock market trading that you hear about and see all these ads about, that's very, very hard. So I highly suggest you get like study Candlestick Trading Bible. Yeah. So start out with this and then study online. There's a lot of people. Oh, I forgot. Okay. I think it's still up. Let's see if this, but here's a PDF for you free. Download it. All right. And then what you do is, okay, we'll go one more route. I use CoinX because it's not part of the United States system again. I just have this thing about them. They're broke, so I don't like keeping my money's stuff where there's countries broke. So here you go. That's the CoinX. So then you download this. It's a broker and they have a live account and then they have a demo account. The demo account comes up with you can add whatever amount you want, but it starts with 5,000 in fake money. So that way, when you're studying the Candlestick Bible, you can also go and look at charts inside MetaTrader 4 from CoinX on the demo account. Then you can start learning how you can actually do trades and things of that nature. It helps you go along with the plan. So you can say, okay, let me see what the chart looks like for, I don't know, US 30. All right. So the top 30 stocks. And so you'll see the chart moving up and down. And then when you're reading the Candlestick Bible, you can see some of the patterns that they're talking about. Then you can form or start to form in your mind what you feel comfortable with. And then they'll get into everything. It's 168 pages. They'll get into everything, markups from daily to 4 hour to 1 hour to down to 5 minutes, 1 minute. Either way, they'll do a markup. They'll teach you. They'll talk about markups, but that's like 100 pages in. Just so you know. So those are the type of things that I would advise. Okay. All right. Let's try again on Friday, boss. I will try another device. Okay. Yeah, I'm using just a laptop. It should have worked. More women are learning trading. Exactly, Kathy Hughes Johnson. You got that exactly right. But you know what? I'm sorry, post retirement travel. We can't get back to that tan, but 245, if they're getting that, you need to find out. I mean, I know when you ask the people how much they're getting and their occupancy rate, they fudge the numbers. We know last year, this is the first time that all year long they averaged less than 80%. It was like 79% or 78.5. I can't remember the number. Just go to tourism analytics under Dominican Republic. It'll tell you what the hotel industry did for all of 2025. It's going to continue to drop. They're adding another 6 to 10,000 hotel units in Punta Cana area alone. So unless you get another 18, 24,000 people landing per month at the Punta Cana airport, then you're going to fall behind. That means there's going to be even more units that's not going to be occupied. So now that means the hotel occupancy rate has to drop. So the question is, can you buy at 250? What do they charge when it's summertime and September, October, November? Because that's 3 months, which that means you'll be under 70% occupancy. Can you live with 250 a month at 50% occupancy at that location? And I'm using 50% because I saw it's 588. So I'm saying you can get 250, 260 maybe. Depends on if they're going to charge you those, uh, travel agent fees, if they're going to charge you the transactions for credit cards, debit card fees. I've been trading for 2 years now, says B. Livingston. It's a learning curve. Exactly. I tried to tell people that's how I feel about it. I was doing 4 months and I was nowhere near prime time. It I started at 5 to 6. While I was doing my thing, I got up to around, I thought I was good at 8. Then when I went live, then it dropped back down. So again, it does take a minute. I'm very happy that you let people know, because a lot of people out here tell people, oh, you can learn it in like 6 months. You can learn in a month. Just start. I'm like, hold up. It's not that easy, because there's a whole bunch of things or nuances that occur. Like I say, my favorite thing that the big boys do is they, or somehow somebody manipulates the system. They do these sweeps. And so when people are doing these stop losses, you have a stop loss, it'll sweep down there and go pop back up just to collect that amount at that point, that price point. Because again, you don't have $100 million sitting down there and a partial lots are being swiped. They're taking out minimal lots sizes and everything. I'm sitting there like, oh, hold up, what's this? So there's a bunch of factors that you need to watch and learn. That's why I always say get the Candlestick Trading Bible and then download the CoinX. And then you can go to live. But I don't, again, it's very hard. This is not easy. Here's how you know it's not easy. Do you guys remember like 10 years ago when Amazon was big, and they still are, but when a lot of people were building websites and marketing products on Amazon, and it was like gangbusters. Then all of a sudden, one by one, you started seeing people, we'll build you a store. We'll build you an Amazon store. We'll build you a store to sell on Amazon, all this stuff, right? And then it started being, give us 20,000, give us 10,000, give us 15,000. We'll set it up for you for free. and we'll make a deal on the backs. I was just like, okay, so whenever you see people selling the picks and the shovels, that means it's awfully hard to succeed. And plus, it was a race to the bottom, like I told people back then, because the only way you're going to make more money is, or be profitable, is that everybody's going to be buying at the same price, give or take a few pennies or a dollar, but somebody will take less profit. So you have a race to the bottom. And so that's what basically has happened. So now you have Amazon knocking off or buying from the same people that the most favorable products are selling at a high rate. They'd come and move them off the front page and put their sales on the front page, kind of thing. So we're in the same scenario now. As soon as you start putting in your phone stock market trading, all of a sudden you see ads on every social media platform is sent to you. It's like there's so many people out here saying, sign up with my group, pay me my 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 200, whatever. Come to my training class at 2Gs, 5Gs, 10Gs. Meet me over in Hawaii. All kind of crazy. That tells you right there that the actual work is very hard. That's what that means to me. Traditionally, that's what it means. If there's all of a sudden a lot of people selling the picks and the axes and not doing the actual work, and they're collecting a lot of money for auxiliary situations, just like the infotainment, just like those Tony Robbins. He's selling the books, he's selling the seminars, he's selling. He's not doing the actual thing, but he's doing it a different way. So when he sells you the books, the courses, tells you to come on down to LA or come on down to wherever the next big event is, he's selling tickets. He has books, right? So again, he's not in the office doing the actual work. He has other people doing that, right? So same thing here. You can make a lot of money individually because you can buy and trade any time of day pretty much. And regardless of what the stock market is doing, whether it's going up, whether it's going down. And I can't blame anybody for getting in, but I'm cautioning people that it's very, very hard, in my opinion. I'll tell you right now. I think it's insanely, absurdly high probability of failure. Very high because in our society, people are impatient. Money management is almost out the window these days. That's why people have problems with credit cards, an all-time record high in America for credit card usage and credit card amounts owed. And so that's why I always start off these live streams with the get your debt in order so you can buy assets that pay you. And yes, the learning curve, there is one. My friends have been trading for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and they still have a problem. Everybody's going to take an L. Everybody's going to take L's. But the thing is, how many L's can you take? I'll be back home on Friday, but quick, because it's V Day. Oh, yeah, that is true. Taxes are better in Puerto Rico, says Laura Becca, and Portugal for crypto gains. Did you say taxes? I know you said taxes, didn't you, for crypto? Hmm. I got. Hmm. Hold on a second. Hold on. She said taxes. Hmm. You're right. You can move to Puerto Rico and get your federal taxes reduced. This is true. Portugal, they've changed their little residency requirements over there and qualifications, but yeah, that's true too. But again, look. I'm just going to tell you guys again. So, for instance, we had somebody. I don't know what Femex exchange is or whatever, right? I'll go look it up. I'm not familiar. I don't mess around with this. Femex exchange. Um, User first crypto exchange. Buy, sell, hold. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. And in order to accept USA citizens, you traditionally have to be approved. You're regulated, right? I believe so. Yeah, they have trading. Yeah, it says Trading View as a partner. CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. So this would mean, okay, this would mean regulation by USA. So again, I'm just going to keep saying this. So when you took your money off of here and downloaded it to this Femex, that means United States knows about it. They don't need the transaction. They don't need nothing. You already signed up. You're already regulated. We'll see. I could let me hold up a second. Let me just check something. Um, yeah, create a claim. Maybe not. Hold on. Maybe they're not secured. Maybe not. And if they're not, well, it says join 10 million Femex users. Cute. I can't even. They're not even asking me. They just want me to set up an account. Set up an account. Ah, let's go see here. Let's go see here. About us, Femex. And it's at femex.com. No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Uh, 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 uh. Contact us at Femex. There's nothing here. Nothing here. You know I give kudos if they're not regulated by USA. Just saying. Because otherwise, your information's they're going to send it to the U.S. bank or U.S. IRS or whatever. So I can't find anything about it one way or another. Hopefully, they're not. That would be awesome. All right, MDA 021. How much do you invest in the private market for none of that's going to be known. I use TradingView platform. Okay, cool. That's cool. Market is in distribution phase right now. There we go. Okay, thanks. Hopefully that helped out a little bit, Tay. Hey, ladies. Hey, Eric, Judah, Barack. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being in the house here at the 133 mark. So I thank everybody for staying in there, but make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about because it's wealthy. And on Friday, don't miss Friday. We're going to be going into the back office with business. I need more money before I can invest anything. There you go. That's why we talk about get your debt reduced. So some of that money that you normally would be paying for debt, you pay for buying assets. All right. Hopefully that helps. G Cart, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. I think I saw you before with the comment, but again, I didn't remember the name. You're right. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Biznessa. All right. I have people in my group from Africa. This is international, y'all. Exactly. This is worldwide. That's why I want you guys to understand about building wealth. You need something outside of your financial system. Whatever country you're in, you need something in another country. Again, just think in most countries, you have an ID, you have a bank or something. Well, a lot of countries don't have banks. So that's why crypto works out real good, especially in those countries. In some countries that, don't have that. 90% of traders are not profitable. Better to swing trade or sell options. Ozzy, he speaks just like MDA 0214. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Hey, you're right. 90 to 95% of first-time traders lose. 90 to 95% of traders that have been doing it for a while lose. You got that right. Yeah, the swing trading and options is a whole nother ball game. So again, there's so many different ways that you can make money at this is why you should start learning, ladies and gentlemen. All my credit cards are maxed out. The realest? Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Well, then, you need to hit up Tracy, man. All right? Hit her up. This is what she does. She helps with debt, getting it reduced, getting you out of debt. And yes, it might take 1 to 2 years, but email her, let her know your situation. She works at Money Ladder. It's TRACY at, oh, sorry, I did that again. TRACY.sharpe, SHARP as in Paul E, at moneyladder.com. That's the first thing you need to do. You don't need to max out and then keep maxing out and then get into debt collections and reducing your credit scores and all that, man. Let somebody actually help you out. All right. So we got somebody. That's what we do here. All right. We try to help you. It's not going to even, I don't even think she charges. There may be a charge. I don't even know if there is. I mean, I don't know what they do. She works for Money Ladder now. In the chat room, I'm going to put the email address and I'll put in a video that she did with us about almost 2 years ago that explains at the time she worked for another company, but it's along that same line. So you'll get an idea. So I put in the chat room. We don't need you maxed out. We need you at over into the 775 credit score arena. But if they're maxed out, you got a long way to go. All right. But if she can clear some of that debt for you and it frees up some of that monthly payments that you can use to invest, that goes a long way. All right. Goes a long way. All right, Biznessa. Good night, fam. I will be back Friday with backup, so tune in. You don't want to miss. Exactly, you don't want to miss. Oh, by the way, I was going to show this too. Let me see if I'm there. Oh, no, did I go there? Oh, here we go. I'm going to show the back office. How about that? This is what happened when you signed up. This is cool. First of all, let me go get my link too while I'm talking about it. You guys, just download the link now. You can just sign up, get yourself a username and password. Then it just looks just like this. After you sign in, I mean, this is what it looks like. Pretty simple, right? This is what confused me because I was on my phone and I just signed in and I was like, wait, this shows the stock market. Why? Because I don't know what they do, right? All right, let's go. Look, here we go. All right, there's my link. So this is what I saw when I saw this up here. I was like, why are they showing markets? At the time, I didn't realize what they were doing when they were doing 8% return. I'm like, hold up, what's this? So you guys can see right here, obviously I didn't deposit anything. This is the S&P today. So then I started being like, wait, what's this? I didn't even know if I was in the right place. Then apparently there's some value to referring people. It says referrals. So that's cool. Okay. Now it shows deposits. Obviously I haven't deposited, but all right, client name, referral level. I guess there's some sort of something else going on here. Packages. I don't know what that means. Crypto plans. This is where I saw, I think see, select a plan. Infinite wealth. I don't know if you guys can see this. 8% weekly for 1 year, minimum deposit 100, maximum deposit unlimited. I haven't done anything, obviously. Choose payments method from the list, and you guys can see it. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT. You guys can see all that. So you would hit the check mark, and then I'll just use USDT, the normal. Tron network's probably cheaper. So, let me hit 100. I'm not going to do anything, but you can see right here. So, see, it gives you the address to deposit to. This right here, though, asks for transaction hash. I guess it's after the fact. I don't know. Yeah, it has to be. So I take this, then I would take it to my location that I'm going to send. And then after I send, I guess I'm giving them the transaction hash so they know I sent it. Then I hit submit payment. So they're doing a manual in the back office, I guess. All right. Uh, Come on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I found a little glitch. Now, they're going to start being lenient like this. They're going to be lenient on getting credit. They're going to be lenient on mortgages because when you start going down, those are the signs. So, anyhow, let me get this off screen. All right. Don't miss don't miss Friday night. Biznessa, who's actually had a lot of money over the last 6 to 8 months, come in at her 8% per week. And she's going to explain what's going on. We'll get her into the office, the first live stream guest this year. That's right. I would rather trade futures on stocks than options. No Greeks to worry about. G Cart, you know how to do that. I don't know how to do option trading. My friends always said, do options, but I never learned. And in fact, I never even wanted to do stock trading at all until I realized this is the last thing. Everything's going to be very, very hard to do and get harder from business perspectives. When you have less customers buying or more people getting into debt with nothing available to use to buy via credit, now everybody has to come out of pocket directly, a large percentage of people, then all of a sudden that reduces the amount of sales. This is why it was predictable. Eventually, this was going to happen. What happened during Christmas holiday? Flat sales from the previous year. That is expected and was expected. Prices increased, less people buy, supply and demand. So now that they know that people are no longer going to be spending money just because, now they're going to make sure that you get money, meaning credit. When you can have a 500 or 450 credit score, they'll give you credit. Yeah, you might have to pay 35% interest, but they'll give you credit for a credit card, right? Then you can max out, obviously. So they just keep going because that paper that they get for your contract is worth gold. They get to turn it into actual money now. They don't have to wait on their money. That's what people keep forgetting. So just because you maxed out your credit card doesn't mean anything. That's a number to, we have, for instance, we have 1 million customers with a $10,000 credit card. Somebody's going to buy some of that paper. Simple. This isn't that hard. That's why the paper's always worth more than the real. All right. Who's holding the paper matters. But yes, a lot of people do futures, which is very interesting. I haven't went over the futures because Coinex is not a futures. They don't do futures. Okay, there's the prime. Use that link, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the chat room. You see it on the screen. That would be grateful, especially if you think you're going to try and get in on this 1%. I'm learning, as you should. Take your time and learn because you don't want to take L's. All right. In fact, when I started off, again, I took L's until the one day when the gold just went berserk. That allowed me to come back and a hell of a lot more. So that saved me from going having 2 days of negative, and then all of a sudden it was just because the stock, I was able to be in the stock market that day, that time when it was just blowing up. It, all you had to do was be in, and it just kept rising and rising and rising, and it was like, is this going to keep going? I'm here for it, but geez, this is awesome. So, $1,000 days and things like that. But that's not the norm, though. But volatility we like, right? Everybody who's trading here tonight, you guys like it. Where do we go from here? Up or down or sideways for months? It depends. What are we talking about? Are you talking about the stock market? Or are you talking about, um, yes, your affiliate link is on the bottom, boss. All right. Yeah. B. Livingston, it's going to keep going up. So the reason why is because we have tax breaks for the corporations and the wealthy. We give the wealthy subsidies so they can always buy their shares of stock to make sure the market goes crazy. Then you have the Federal Reserve who's going to reduce rates, which means the in-house rate next month, or wait, this month it could be because isn't Jerome Powell's done? So if he's done this month or next month, either way, they're going to reduce the rate in the next 35 days, right? 45 days. And so, therefore, the interbank transfer rates and the financial institutions, they're going to be able to borrow from each other 3.75 interest only to 4.25, something like that. So now they're going to be able to refinance things at a lower rate at interest only for 15 years. And each time they get preferential treatment. So every time they reduce the rate this year, which is going to be probably 2 times, then it's going to go to 3.5 to 3.75 or somewhere like that. So then all of a sudden they're going to refi again. So all that millions of hundreds of billions of dollars that they free up, they are usually going to buy their shares of stock or figure out a way to manipulate the system to increase the value of their shares. It's that simple. There's nothing else to it. It's not based on competition. It's not based on sales. Amazon, UPS, all these companies are losing customers because we have less shipping. So therefore, the transportation companies are going out of business. Therefore, the packaging companies that sell to you are going to go out of business, and prices are going to rise because you have less transportation companies, less shipping companies, all of that. So prices have to rise on that end, which in turn rises for the ordinary price products that you guys consume and buy. So I don't think sideways is a thing. I think it's going to continue to rise. In fact, in fact, I have something right here. I still haven't put together a video I wanted to put up. I'll just show you right now. Funny you mentioned this. Um, I keep some things in. I keep. Let me see if which way is better. I think this way is better. I keep things like this. Look at this. S&P 500 earnings yield is near 100-year lows. This indicates the stock market should go down, ladies and gentlemen. It's overvalued. Lowest yields in 100 years. Wonder what happened almost 100 years ago. Anybody? The Great Depression upon us. Funny thing, 100 years ago, 1925, the roaring 20s, just like the roaring 20 teens in America. You guys getting it yet? A decade ahead, 100 years ago, this is like 2015, 2013 to 2018, 19, let's say ish. That was the roaring 20s. 2024 to about 2029, all was good until it wasn't. We're in the same flow right now and the same thing because I have people here that trades, but you know history. Do you know what they did in the 1920s? The same thing Trump is doing in 2017 to 2021, and the same thing he's doing again in 2025 to 2029 with tariffs. Isolationism. It doesn't work. That's one of the pillars that helped cause the Great Depression because now outside the United States wasn't buying from our businesses inside the US and people inside the US was going broke. So therefore they can't even buy from the US businesses. That's what our trajectory was. And inflation was rising as it should because tariffs means you pay more for anything that's imported in, which it's how it goes. So we're doing the same thing, exact same thing. So you know how this is going to end. So when somebody said earlier that their boyfriend was going to short the market, he rightfully should be considering it very, very carefully, especially here it is when it's February. And I just showed this. Do you guys see this? You see this, right? 100-year lows for yields on the S&P 500. That, ladies and gentlemen, is very bad. The only time it was lower was during the dot-com bubble. All right? You guys getting it now? This is what the traders are looking at. The funny part is this does not meet the assassination trade deadline because we started the countdown 3 years ago. And if it comes up short where it's only 2 years and what would this be? 2 years and 4 months? We still got 10 more months to go before the countdown was going to end our clock. But unfortunately, we got somebody else in the house who changed up the whole game when he said, "Oh, I need $1 million or $1 trillion for Gestapo, ICE. I'm taking away Medicare and Medicaid and food assistance." That exasperated the situation because now you have 20 to 30 million Americans that lost food assistance, which now means that has to be replaced with hard money wherever they're going to get that from. So that puts a burden on more people in America. Well, 10% of 5% of the population. Actually, 10% because it's 40 million people that have SNAP. And then there's other food assistances for veterans and all that have been cut. So we're actually talking about 50 million people, 40 to 50 million people. And now they have to rush out and figure out where they're going to get their food from. There's only so many food pantries. Just saying. All right. So it's crazy. So no, I'm not surprised somebody's going to be short in the market. In fact, a lot of people have said that the Warren Buffett meter, that also is at all-time highs. Overvalued. The stock market is overvalued. Of course it is. There's something else I guess I should show you guys too. Let me show you guys something else. Let me see if I have that handy. I might. I have all kind of good stuff in my phone. I just keep it handy for references, just in case it comes up. Let me see. Let me see if I got another one. Let me go down here. I have another one that's in my head that would be very interesting to see. Let me see if I got it. I'll probably talk about it on Friday though. No, I don't have it. Too bad. There are some other numbers that people would be like, it all the signs basically show that this is going to be a meltdown. All the signs are here. But because we have ability to print money, they can hold it off and they can do insider trading with low interest rates, like the overnight repos that the Federal Reserve is giving to the banks to make sure they have liquidity. They have to print up billions of dollars every day. So once again, um, by the way, there's this. There's this right here. This right here. You guys like that immigration stuff, right? You guys see this? Guess how much taxes the US is not going to have coming from immigrants? Ah, you see that big gap? Not coming. Not coming, ladies and gentlemen. You see this gap? You guys getting this? Yeah, see, it's stuff like this that you know. That means your citizens have to pay that difference. That also means, since you're giving the rich the tax cut and the tax break, you know what that means, right? They don't have to cover any of this distance. So who's going to cover that distance? We OCs are going to cover it. All right. So there you go. That's enough. I'm going to get in trouble. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Tamara Larry's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Another investor is here and says yuck. Tay says yuck. Woman found snake in her food at McDonald's. I know. Did you guys? I know. Ladies, oh, first of all, do you guys know what? Okay, first of all, your health is your wealth. Go look at what the goo is that you guys are eating from McDonald's. Just Google what is this goo from McDonald's. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me Google it right now. Let me see if they actually put it in here. What is this goo food McDonald's makes? Oh, guess what else? It's not just McDonald's. No, it's not just McDonald's that's making this goo stuff. Um, Lean, finely textured beef. That's what they're calling it. Scraps left over after cutting steaks and roasts that were processed, separated from any remaining bone, and treated with ammonium hydroxide. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what you're eating? It's Soylent Green out here. It's Soylent Green. Go watch the movie Soylent Green. It's a movie from a long time ago. I wish they would have done a remake by now. They probably don't want to do it because they know they'd open a can of worms. Yeah, Judah Barack, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Thank you for being in the house. Yeah, yuck is right. All right. Gear T says, my granny once found a rat tail in her KFC some years ago. Yep. I know. And isn't it funny that most people would be like, oh, I don't want to go over to Asia. They eat their dogs. I'm like, do you know what's in your food? You're eating processed foods out here. You're eating hoofs. You're eating all kind of crap. And only because it's in a nice, neat package at the grocery store, you don't know what it is, you eat it. Because they said it's all right. It's not all right. Your health is your wealth. Fast food is killing us. Hey, Larry betcha. You know what? All your food is killing you. There's pesticides in your food. So you have to eat food that has no pesticides in there. Then what do? Another recommendation on the SSN Nation playbook is grow your own foods. At least your plant-based food, grow it. Because at least you know that'll be good. And by the way, once you grow it yourself, you're going to taste it and be like, this tastes weird. Yeah, because it doesn't have chemicals and preservatives all over it. So it's going to taste much different and it's better for your body. Your body will thank you in the long term. And that's why a whole bunch of people are getting so sick these days. Just saying, yeah, fast food is definitely killing you. Definitely. But so is the processed foods. By the way, I got to tell everybody right now, If you guys are out here doing the steak thing, thinking that's all cool and all that stuff and all that, no, your body does not process steak. Does not. It goes through convulsions. That's the only way I can describe it. And you have to, it has your acids and everything in your body has to break it down. It takes 2 to 4 hours to break it down in your body. And what do you get? A few grams of protein and a whole bunch of pesticides and steroids. That's bad for you. Yeah, that's what you get. And in turn, you also causes cancer and all that. So again, just go study, please. They're trying to kill you out here, or not even kill you. They're trying to make you sick because there's more money in pharmaceuticals than it is if they killed you. So therefore they want you alive, but they gotta have taxes, and they gotta make sure that the medical guys, the insurance guys, the government gets money. So they gotta make sure that you know, barely get to your finish line, whether that's on average age of 78, 79, or you're gonna live to be 89, 90. I think most people would like to be in good shape in their 70s and 80s, 60s, right? I think most people would like to be in good shape. The only way you're going to be in good shape is not eating bad and all this processed foods from the time you're 18 to 55. Here's the thing. 18 years old to about 35 years old, your body can process and take almost anything. But the problem is all those bad chemicals you've been putting in your body and don't care because your body's been able to fight it off and because it can rejuvenate itself, it can't rejuvenate it, your thyroid can't block everything, first of all. And whatever gets through your thyroid gets into your brains potentially, and it also gets into your nodes around your body, which then transports all the bad stuff to all parts of your organs. So once you understand how your body works, then you'll understand anything you put bad in your body, it can get distributed through your bloodstream to your organs. So then when people say, well, I have whatever cancer, it's an organ part, that's because you transported stuff to those organs. And that's because what you're eating. And just because it says organic, you still have to be careful these days. We just got rid of the FDA, just like FEMA. When the hurricanes come this year, there's not going to be anybody around to help you. Just saying. All right. So you better figure out something. We're giving you everything. I'm not going to sit out here. I get banned for this stuff before. I'm surprised the screen didn't go off. No sound. Boss, your sound is out. My sound is on. Tell me it's on. It's got to be on. All this time, it better be on. 21 minutes ago. It's back. All right, Judah Barak. Thank you. Yeah, that was 21 minutes ago. But yeah, it did go out for a second. I remember. I figured out something. I didn't realize how every time when I go off screen to another screen and then come back, sometimes it blocks. It doesn't allow me to keep going all over the place, back and forth, back and forth. And then because I'd be on another screen and then I come back 2, 3, 5 minutes later and it shows, wait, what, the mic is off? And people are like, your sound's off for 5 minutes. But thank you, everybody. We're going to run this out 2 hours. And we're going to talk about some more of this on Friday. We didn't get to the last part, build outside the USA. That was the Bancus card, by the way. I recommend. Or she's been holding out on me about the black card. I was just talking about the black card on Monday and last Friday when I said, guys, there's some people that actually have cards that have no names on them. And she has them. She said the black card, the magic word. That's usually a card that you can hand to anybody and use it. And usually wealthy families have those, just so you guys understand. All right. So it doesn't have a name, doesn't have nothing. They can just go, hey, here's your card. Just go out to the store and the family PIN number or whatever. Or just like, there's no name on it. So you can sign it Joe Smith. I mean, so yeah, they exist, ladies and gentlemen, like I was saying. All right. So get yourself in the program. In fact, the Bancus card doesn't have a name on it. Just saying. So therefore, you can't go to the bank and get a cash advance. All right. And nor do you want to because they record it. So again, let me set things up properly. Let's just say you're a very good trader. And let's just say you did 30 G's, 40, 50 G's to make it nice. You did 50 G's this year and you downloaded to your bank, downloaded to through your crypto exchange, right? Then all of a sudden next year or at the end of this year or next year, you get something in the mail that says, hey, you owe the IRS 20%, 25%, whatever it is of this money. And you're like, what the heck? Or more. And the thing is, they shouldn't even know about it anyhow, the way I look at it. Just like the big boys keep their corporations offshore and do business outside the USA, join the big boy club. That's what you're going to do. That's why if you travel outside the United States, get yourself a bank account. So it's not under USA jurisdiction. So if you're leaving to go on vacation and sit in another island for at least 3 or 4 or 5 days, or 7, or 10, or 15, either way, take your 1040 forms or your tax forms for 2023, 2024, whether you can put it in a PDF or bring it with you. Make sure you have your W 2 or make sure you have your LLC or corporation paperwork showing that you are authorized. And that's why you're self employed, if that's the case. All right. You have to prove it's in good standing and you're self employed through that company. As long as you're on the docks, you're good. That's proving. Then you bring 2 forms of ID. And then you have 6 months of your bank account statements in an email or on a drive, however you want to do it. But they're going to ask for all that. Then you can open up a bank account. Just have $500 to $1,000 so you have an account that has 0 fees. And then whatever the savings minimum is, usually 100, $200, whatever. Just so you have another account outside the USA with the Visa debit card or MasterCard debit card. All right? Just precautionary. Just from a broke country standpoint. This is almost like if you have a friend who's broke and they come to you and say, hey, can I borrow some money? You're probably going to be like, hey, man, you don't have a job. How are you going to pay me back? Now, if you're a friend that says, hey, man, just pay me back whenever, okay, that's different. But if you actually need the money to come back, you're going to have to assess the situation. You don't have a job, man. You're out here looking. What's the status? You would ask questions. And then if he says, well, I don't know, and you gave him the money, okay, fine. But now you're going to go, well, how did you buy a month or two go by, 5 months, and he hasn't paid you back or she? And then next thing you know, you're like, hey, man, I see you got a new car. Well, why didn't you kick me back my funds? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. They gave me a loan. I just got another loan. How? You don't have a job. Oh, don't worry. I got a money printer at the house. I can just print it up some more. That's the United States, ladies and gentlemen. You get it yet? So, who do you think's money they're going to grab when push comes to shove? So, you have to protect yourself out here. All right? You're going to keep hearing me say this. There's a reason. I've told my story before. So, we'll see you guys on Friday night, and it's Financial Friday Night live stream, which is story night. And I gave one story tonight about Puerto Rico, right? My man, Bad Bunny, went off. Like I said, had tears in my eyes almost. I used to live in Puerto Rico, ladies and gentlemen. That's why. And the Puerto Rican love and all that is real. America's not Puerto Rico. All right? Just like he said at the end with the football, together. We are America. But go to Puerto Rico, hang out with the Puerto Ricans, and you're going to find out a whole different familia, ladies and gentlemen. All right? It ain't the same. Not even close. All right, let's go. All I can tell you is this: I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support, and especially over all these years and new supporters. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about, and see me Friday night at 6:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we're going to be going over 8% per week. Returns. That's right. It's been happening. Here's all I'm going to ask in the chat room right now. I'm putting it again. Use the link. Go sign up. No, you don't have to do anything. All they asked for was a, come to think of it, there was no, yeah, just put in your email address, password, and sign up. It's only $100 minimum to get involved. So that in itself puts barrier to entry at damn near zero. The only thing is you're going to have to upload it via crypto. USDT on the Ethereum network, USDT on the Tron network, Bitcoin and Ethereum. The only thing I can see that I do not like is using Bitcoin and Ethereum to offload the money. I wanted to see USDT. That would have been preferred, in my opinion. I don't like using the Bitcoin network or the Ethereum network, but it is what it is. If they're going to give me some money, then I guess kind of balances out. But then I start questioning how much don't I lose, like almost 8% by using Bitcoin and Ethereum? I know Bitcoin, I'm going to lose about 8%. Well, maybe not. It all depends on the amount, I guess. But I know if I tried to download $300, it's going to it's going to take like $20, right? So my 8% is gone. That's not a win. Hold on. We're going to find out more about this when Vanessa, the seamless genius, comes on Friday night. And we'll see, because she has made profits, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be a cool thing to see. So keep that in mind as well. And once again, please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to talk about contingency plans. Just because you see the stock market rolling does not mean that's what's happening. What's happening is farmers out of business, transportation companies out of business, shipping companies getting less shipments, meaning they're out of business. Food supply is going through the roof. We have to order it outside the United States to come into the US to give to our consumers because our farmers are hemorrhaging. Labor losses, market losses from around the world. Soybeans used to be bought from United States customers from China. Due to the tariff wars, they're now buying it from Argentina, who United States gave $40 billion to. And the market for soybeans to Argentina as well. So now our farmers are hemorrhaging, and now we're going to give them a $12 billion bailout, the American farmers. But that doesn't stop the all-time, it's not all-time record yet, but bankruptcies by farmers, gone. That means our food supply in return costs more by default. The liquor companies, because of our trade war with Canada, Canada says, we don't need to be involved with the trade war. We have our own drinks. We're just going to take all of yours off our shelves. We're not even going to sell it in our country anymore. Good luck. So now we have our liquor industry declining, taking L's, because now they lost their market share. Then you have Canadians, due to being stopped at the border. Now you have them going, we ain't coming to Vegas. We're not coming to Cali. We ain't even coming down there to show any love to you guys anymore. In fact, we're not coming down there in the wintertime to Florida. Sorry, not happening. Well, that means small businesses now have less customers. That means small businesses are going to go out of business. Do you see how this works? Just like it's 1920 to 1929. And you're here for it, unfortunately, and you don't even get any benefits. But the rich guys, they get the benefits, and we're going to ride their coattails. So make sure you come back on Friday night, and we're going to talk about this and find out how the numbers make sense with this prime wealth. Use my link in the chat room, and I'll see you on Friday night. And again, I love you guys very much. And no matter what happens out here, just remember there's a lot of hate going on. So you never know what somebody's going through. You never understand what they're doing. So you got to stay calm. You got to stay cool. You got to stay into the mind your own business situation. Just keep that in mind. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you keep your head up. Keep moving.